Today, I'm going to talk in a book review about a short story called A Good Man is Hard to Find. So, next slide, please. I'm being held by Batenra. So, this is a short story by Flannery O'Connor. This is a murder thriller published and read it in the 1950, especially in the 1953. Okay, so next slide. The story is about a family that goes in a vacation to another place and they are chased and eventually killed by a killer called the Misfit. So first I'm going to talk about the characters, and I'm going to begin by talking about Bailey's family. Bailey is the father of the family and is the only one with a known name apart from the kids. So Bailey's family is the stereotype of a nuclear family from the United States in the 1950s. They are not so much characters than really tools for the story to advance. They don't have much emotions and they don't have any goals really. They just go along with the story and the trip itself. They are very nuclear. We have the father who is a very hard worker, the mother who is very young. We have the kids that are a boy, a girl, and a baby, and they are described as little rascals and nothing else. They are not so important. Next slide, please. Then we have the most important character that is basically the protagonist of the story, which is the grandmother. The grandmother lives in the past, in a time in which slavery was a common thing, and she's very nostalgic of that time. And she tries to communicate with her family about this, about her nostalgia, but they don't pay much attention. Mhm. And she is the main force that collides. No, it's okay. That collides with the main antagonist, which is the Misfit and his goons. The Misfit is a classical antagonist that it's crazy, that it's a delinquent, that has not much personality more than being crazy and wanting to kill people. The grandma tries to communicate with him at the end of the book, but she eventually fails and he ends up killing the whole family. He has some goons that are much like him, like psychopaths, but the book tries to show him as a more understandable character than his goons. He can be talk, even though at the end he ends up killing the family anyways. Please go on. So the strength of the book is that the conflict between the grandmother and the murderer are very eye-catching and they take all your attention. It's really easy to read because you're going to get caught in the mystery and the main conflict of the story. Go on. I will say the weakness are that the characters, aside from the grandmother, are very plain. You can tell that this is a story from the 1950s in which this histories in books were not so complicated. They were very basic, but you can even say that it's a strength if you like easy books to read and if you feel comfortable with stories that you can predict. Next slide. So, should you read the book? I don't know, maybe. If you like basic stories that you can follow, yes. But if you want something more complex, where all the characters have different personalities, I think you should read something else. Go along. In conclusion, I think the short story is very easy to read. You can tell that it's old, but it's a classic for a reason. And that reason is that it has a main conflict that it's easy to follow and you get involved into the main story very easily. So that is my review. I believe you should read it if you like murder histories or murder cases. But if you want something more complex or you want something newer, I believe you should be looking in a book from this century at least. So thanks for watching. Bye bye.